get into this one right here. Well, folks, Scap Attack is not going to like this one. The hottest team in the NBA, the Golden State Warriors, just got destroyed by the Denver Nuggets, who was without Joker, a coward, a chicken, who set out in a big game like this. If they lost, they could have been in third place and close to fourth place, folks. And we all know injury-prone Jamal Murray would sit out in a game like this, folks. Wow. And they were able to beat Golden State, Curry and Jimmy Butler in Golden State, folks. Not in Denver, but in Golden State. I want to say a real hostile crowd, because you guys know how I feel about the crowds today. They're a joke. But nevertheless, one of the more hostile crowds of today. So, I thought Joker didn't have any help. I thought Joker didn't have any help, folks. I think maybe if you put Jamal Murray on and they played without Joker, how would this look, folks? This wouldn't look too good. Ain't no damn way. Wow, folks. I don't know if they threw this game, because I told you guys, I felt like some of these teams were throwing these games at the beginning of the season. Some of these games didn't make no sense. The good teams were getting blown off the floor by like 20 and 30 by good teams. And then good teams will play other good teams and blow them off the floor by like 20 and 30. So some of this stuff didn't even make no sense to me, folks. And I kind of was like, these guys are throwing these games. Yes, it looked like the referees had their hand in some of it, but for the most part, it looked like the I guess everybody played part, right? If let me see something real quick. We won't call it a blowout, but to me, when you don't have, when you don't have your best two guys, I mean, this was like the Lakers almost beating Denver, right? Isn't this the equivalent, right? To Denver, when they almost lost to the Lakers, but the thing is, Denver won. So this would be like the Lakers basically beating Denver without LeBron James and without Luka Doncic. Let's be real, folks. This is what it's like. We'll get back to this in a minute. So Anthony Edwards shoots a brick fest from 3. He doesn't take no for an answer. I mean, these guys are skillless. And I'll give him his props. He's been playing good of late. I won't say great, because it's hard for me to say, too many players in this NBA today are playing great. But to me, they're just not playing great. I don't know. There's a couple guys playing great, maybe SGA, Luka, Joker, Greek Freak at times. That's about it, folks. That's all I can say who was playing great in this league. So I won't say Anthony Edwards is playing great, because he really doesn't do anything at a high level but score. And to me, he's not even top 3 high-level scorer. To me, he's really not. And the Lakers hold off the Spurs. No big deal there. You guys know how I feel. I still think, Wemby, they faked this injury, folks. They couldn't afford for this guy to miss the playoffs. His first two seasons, the play-in. Wow. Imagine this guy missing a play-in his first 2 seasons. He would have been, I mean, think about it, folks. I mean, we can go along with the Care Bear story that they're trying to give you, but you can't trust the NBA in any type of way. There's no credibility to the NBA. None. Zero, zilch at all, folks. So yeah, that keep trying to tell you guys, that would be a stain on his legacy down the road that he couldn't even make the play in. Couldn't even make the play in. So this would be the big excuse. They won't use that again. And it had to be something big, folks. It couldn't be like, oh yeah, he blah blah blah. It had to be some Care Bear story. So you're like, oh. So maybe it'll give him problems down the road, and they'll prove me wrong or something like that. But if he don't have any more problems with that, I don't believe none of the story, folks. You can have it. I mean, you can hug your teddy bear and feel bad for the guy. I don't give the NBA no credibility, folks. This guy at this age should never have a blood clot. For what? For what, folks? For what? A blood clot? And this guy is running the court? He's skinny as hell. He's not overweight. What's he doing to his body to where he would have blood clots? Unless he was doing something, put something in his body illegally that he wasn't supposed to be putting in there. Now, I mean, I wouldn't doubt it. There's all kind of stuff that's not illegal, as far as performance-enhancing drugs that you could put in your body. And maybe you would get a blood clot. I'm not for sure, but I'm just looking at the overall picture, folks. Him not being able to make the playoffs his first 2 seasons, it was already bad enough for LeBron James. They don't even talk about that. Woo! Don't even talk about that. But he didn't even. He was on the verge of not even making the play-in, folks. And he was supposed to be the biggest talent coming into the NBA since LeBron James. I mean, I guess you could say Zion Williams. Oh, so the Lakers pulled that off, and yes, if I'm not mistaken, the Pacers did win against the T-Wolves, but go ahead and let that slide on Anthony Edwards. He has been playing good of late. Not great, but he's been playing solid. So we'll see what happens there. I don't know what to say about this Joker thing and this Jamal Murray thing, especially the Joker thing. I mean, now it's gonna look real bad if Joker comes back and they start losing games. They started losing games. So we knew Golden State was due for a loss. If I ain't mistaken, I thought they were like on an 8-9 game winning streak. So they were due for a loss. But never did we think that it was going to be on the road against a Jokerless and Murrayless Denver team. No way, folks. And Gordon came out there and started crushing dudes. I don't know if he heard me, but remember, I told you, this was Joker's fault, man. That he so-called didn't have any help. He let Porter Jr., Murray, and Gordon sign these big contracts, folks. He did. He let them sign these contracts. He's the leader of the team. He has to say so. And hey, you can't let these guys sign these contracts, man. They're always hurt. I can't have all of them. I got to get rid of one of them. One of them's got to go. Nope. He let them sign these contracts. So to me, that tells me he likes playing with these guys. And to me, there's no problem with that. But his fans can't have it both ways. Say you don't have any help, but he let these guys sign these contracts. Now, it's yet to be seen what these guys are doing in the playoffs. It was something else. Oh, yeah, not Joker. when I think about Scab, I want to say Joker now. That's funny. But yeah, Scab is about all these stupid numbers. He's all about these stupid numbers instead of reality, folks. He's really about these numbers. And yes, the numbers are going to tell you a lot, but truly, we'll see what it's really about. When I say numbers, he's talking about where OKC is, ranked as far as, the players and how good they are this year. I'm like, yeah, buddy, if they're in second place, what do you think? Where do you think they're going to be ranked? If they're running away with the West and got the best record in the NBA, do you think his teammates are going to be trash? No, folks. I mean, what is this guy talking about? What's he talking about? I don't understand. So his teammates are supposed to be, not ranked high, and he's supposed to be running away with the lead in the NBA, best team in the NBA. What are we talking about? But let him have the MVP. Let SGA have the MVP. It's no big deal, folks. It's no big deal. But what you have is you have something on his shoulder that he has to burden into the playoffs. Because let's face it, what is this for SGA? I want to say came in the same year as Anthony Edwards, 1920, around that time. So I think this is around his 5th, 6th year, something like that. So, I mean, he's got a lot to prove, folks. If he can win a championship, I mean, this will put him in good company right here. With some all-time greats. But what I'm trying to say is, OKC and SGA hasn't done nothing. I think, did they make the Western Conference Finals one time? So yeah, the burden is on him, man. Let him win the championship, and maybe you give it to SGA and Joker plays with a chip on his shoulder. That's just how it is sometimes, folks. Kobe Bryant didn't win the MVP 2009, 2010. You think he didn't have a chip on his shoulder? Right. What about Michael Jordan when they was taking his MVPs? Yeah, the man had a chip on his shoulder. But you got to get out there, show up, and show out. That's just how it is, man. I mean, are these guys playing for stats or playing for championships? But yeah, I want to hear this backlash. The same beef, the same cooked beef that LeBron James has been getting for his team, winning without him, or either staying close to some of these games without him, or looking like a better team without him. Let me know. Let me know your thoughts.